the recent, hurricane, you guys had a lot of extra rain. How has it affected people for, moving to Ocala, moving to Florida in general?
So for the time being, I mean, everything kind of came to a screeching halt for a few days, especially when we were kind of living in the cone of uncertainty, if you will. And so as of right now, I mean, I'm in Ocala. I'm surrounded by moving cars in a parking lot right now. Like, life has gotten totally back to normal. We weren't that affected by it. We didn't even lose power. We had some storms come a few months ago that were just regular, like, Florida thunderstorms, and they affected us way more than this hurricane did. And what kind of happened is that the big part, the more powerful part of the hurricane, just kind of went underneath us and went up. And we're very fortunate for that. There were some places on the coast that were not, such as Fort Myers. They got torn apart. I was seeing news reports where they were showing a time lapse of the flooding and the streets and just how fast it rose up to cover these first level floors of these buildings. And just the destruction, I saw mobile homes floating around. That was pretty crazy. Orlando got hit. They're flooded and power outages. Obviously, the whole island of Cuba was, without power, and I believe they still are. Over in DeLand, I got some friends that live over there, and they're taking pictures of the trees, down on their houses, and trees crushing fences and power lines. So it's these storms. They're something to keep an eye on, But here in Ocala, we were fortunate that we didn't get a whole lot, and it's not uncommon for the very, very inland of Florida to not be too affected. Anyone who knows about hurricanes, those hurricanes, they absolutely thrive on hot water. So whenever they hit the Gulf, they get really big, and as soon as they leave the hot water and they get on land, they disperse like really quick. But you're talking over several hours or even, a day. It takes a while for that wind to slow down. So it depends on how high you're coming from. If you're coming from a category 4 and it gets here and it's a 1, it's still powerful winds. It also depends on what side of the storm you're on. If you're on the east side of the storm, that's not a good place to be. We were more on the north side of it, and we didn't get too much, so just keep an eye on it. But all in all, Ocala was not affected very badly.
Nice. Can you show me outside right now? I want to see, you showed me earlier and I was like,
man, I don't even mean to brag, but it is.
Yeah, I was like,
nothing shy of gorgeous out here. Actually chilling at Publix right now. We are back to normal life.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's amazing. Also, I remember a year ago, I asked how does hurricanes affect Ocala? And you're like, we don't really get we don't really get and I guess there's the proof right there.
Yeah, and I go by the past, and I could go by data, but with that being said, I've also had times where I was like, yeah, we don't get any major natural disasters in Ocala. And then it was like a week later, we had a twister hit, which is something that never happens ever, So I'm going to shy away from saying that this stuff doesn't happen, because that'll guarantee that we get obliterated and then I don't sell any more houses in Ocala.
Yeah. Okay. Better wording.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect you as often as the rest of the state.
Yeah. Statistically, we're not as we're not in as much gravy as the other parts of the state are, like the coasts.
Yeah. It's susceptible, because by the time it gets to you, it's just a category 1, which I think even here we could take category 1. We would actually be thankful here in Los Angeles. We'd be like, oh my gosh, 10 inches of rain.
It's breezy and it's cooling off. Yeah.
What's up, guys? Chris the Ocala Realtor here. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out the next one, and don't forget to subscribe.